So Bobby here has been playing Liza P. Now Bobby is like myself a FromSoft fan. We've both played Sekiro recently. Bobby has also recently beat Dark Souls. So Bobby, just want to obviously record this saying that obviously had been playing Liza P. You a lot more than me. Bobby, you're currently how many hours in? 17 hours in?
Around 17 hours on the PlayStation clock.
Okay, so we had an original video put up on the channel discussing could it be potentially the best Souls-like game
Hold
ever.
on a minute. I'm actually going to call you out on this before we get into it.
Go ahead.
What you said in our clip was it's better than Bloodborne. Do you retract your statement?
Yes. I do retract my statement, and I'll get into that now. I'm probably, all in all, probably about 13 hours in. I haven't been playing it as much as you. Mm-hmm. I am still playing it, wee bits and pieces, but there's obviously some things in terms of balancing this change. But so you've been playing this week. What's your thoughts on it this week? Like, how far are you now?
I think I'm near the end. I think I'm 3 main bosses off the end boss.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of approached the end. I think there's 11 chapters. I'm on chapter 9, or just on the chapter 10 last night. So
right, you still find it hard, or what's the thoughts?
Mate, there was a boss last night I was doing, and it wasn't even like a main boss, you know, with 2 phases or anything. It was just 1 phase. And I think a lot of people have been having actually trouble with it on Reddit and stuff. And I could not do it. I think I had to take like a break and all and go down and grab a beer. I was just getting really fucking frustrated because see the whole journey up to it, it was just hell. It was hell. There was these things that was causing disruption, which is just like a status effect. And if it fills up, that's you dead. But it was also kind of traversing to get to the boss was that's obviously before I got the shortcut. Right. I kept getting knocked. It was one of them ones, you know, where you just keep getting knocked off. It's typical Souls style. You just keep getting knocked off.
Obviously, there's going to be spoilers this, but is this the one where I showed you the picture and there's a guy on a ledge, basically?
Oh, no. I'm all, that bit actually wasn't as bad as that bit looks. This was worse. Okay. This was one where like you're going across, there's maybe a couple of bridges and things like that, and there's a lot of places you can fall down. And the enemies, they hit hard, so that if they get you at the right angle, that's you down. And I fell down 5 times. And I was just losing the head, so I was already losing it before I got to the boss, like in my head. And there was also a couple of big elites that are just absolutely bullshit. There was an elite last night that took me 5 times to fucking beat it. That was the one I sent you last night where I told him to fucking eat my ass.
You told him to eat your ass, yeah. You should probably put a clip in here.
No. Oh my god. Right. Eat my ass. Fucking asshole.
But fuck me, it was just really frustrating last night. It was just frustration just building up on me. I think that was kind of affecting my playstyle when I was going against the boss. But
is it harder than Sekiro?
For me, yeah.
Really?
I find Sekiro really easy though, which is obviously a lot of people don't. But then I'm kind of new to the Souls genre, so I wasn't going in with my kind of muscle memory from Souls games, which is kind of probably my advantage going into Sekiro.
Now you've been playing this like last time we chatted, you were just parrying. You still doing that? So you're not using dodge?
No, I'm not really dodging. Only time I would dodge is if I'm trying to just get out of the way. And because I'm a strength build, so my parry is tougher because my weapon's so heavy, so it takes longer for me to get it up. So if I know I'm not going to get it up, I just kind of roll back and just kind of roll out, try and roll out of it.
What has you not using dodge? Were you against just using it in general? What stopped you? Because that's probably making it harder for you. Well, it is making it harder for you.
It is making it harder for me. There was a couple of bosses even previous, like, and I was talking to Kieran about it, and I was like, I know if I dodge, like, I could beat this first time because I'm getting them down so much, but he just keeps hitting me because I'm taking damage because I'm not getting the perfect parry. But I'm just kind of refusing to do it.
So I've seen someone who's actually this on Reddit is if you dodge left, and the bosses will probably miss you most of the time, and if they don't, then it's a good boss fight. But you literally can beat most bosses by just dodging left, is the thing.
I've seen that for one of the bosses that someone put up, just dodge left, you'll beat him. But that was one I was actually stuck on for a while, but I didn't do it. I stuck to my guns and stuck to my parry.
See, I rated this really highly.
You did?
I said it was probably, potentially, I actually said it was at the time. Like, right now, I would say it's better than Bloodborne. And I did say, look, they could change, but to be fair, and I was looking at this before I came on to record this, is I was looking at the patches of the like Dark Souls 3. And they don't, there is some, like I know Sekiro had where they messed about with the Blazing Bull a wee bit. But this is kind of like the first patch came out there and bosses have been nerfed and your Spectre, which is like your summon, has been basically boosted big time.
Was I?
Yeah.
I didn't know that there. I knew the bosses were nerfed, which I don't agree with because I found them, yes, they were fucking hard, but that's the whole point.
So my question to you is, has the unbalancing of the game almost tainted it? Because it has for me. It's kind of annoyed me a wee bit. I'm like, it's clearly haven't got that down pat. And I know you were saying about Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But Elden Ring, like I wasn't too big in Elden Ring, but it's not typical for FromSoft from anyway the patch notes I looked at that they're really starting to change so much. It's usually just issues.
Why do you think they are doing it?
I don't think they've worked out balancing. There's too much to go.
Because personally, for me, in terms of balancing, my main issue is the elite enemies, and that's still the case. That is my only fucking gripe with the balance in the game. I think everything else is pretty solid. The parry you could give an extra half a second on the parry, like, but you can still parry every single hit normally now. Like you can't do it if you have the timing right. That's not impossible.
See where I played to, I haven't came up against the wall. Now I'm Rosa Isabel Street.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far that is, if you would even say it's far at all, but never came up against really any challenge. There was the guys. You ever see the guys? It's the stalkers. There's like a group of them, and you fight them at once.
Yeah, the black
I fought
rabbit.
them twice, and I died, and then the patch came and I beat them first time, and I'm like, they kind of annoyed me because I'm kind of thinking, well, the Spectre stayed alive for most of that, and he did die pretty easily last time, so it's annoying. It's actually put me off that we're all getting different experiences, and that's kind of why I'm thinking, oh, this is kind of, it's not that FromSoft level where, to me, it's just, obviously they're going to balance some things, but it seems quite massive changes already.
So there's one that, in terms of the boss now, it was King of the Puppets, and that was one that me and Cameron were on for a while.
Yeah.
And they've nerfed his first phase, I think, quite a lot, his health. And I think that sucks because for me, see, when I was playing that there, like with me and Cameron were playing at the same time, we're kind of on chat, and I was like, right, I need to get this first phase down with as much health left for me as possible to stand a chance against his second phase, because his second phase is absolute bullshit. But I knew I could do it, but I did.
It's like, right, if I beat it, I'll feel less now. I'm like, well, I'm not beating the same person you did.
Yeah.
And I know that this is probably common in FromSoft, but even from the notes I looked at, there was Blazing Bull as seen on Sekiro. I know Elden Ring probably has a ton, but Elden Ring's so big, and I guess the problem that they had with this game is they're quite new in terms of this type of game, but there's so fucking many.
Sure, their last game was at Bless Unleashed, which I think was load of shit.
But there's so much going on. There's so many different abilities that obviously balancing it's going to be a ball like. Whereas you look at Bloodborne, you really just have your dodge in terms of your skills to do and your gun, your parry.
Yeah.
But I think the balancing definitely is a bit of an issue at the moment. And then the bug. What do you think about the bug?
Oh, that's bullshit.
That's annoying me even more. It's kind of put me off even more. Like, so anyone who's listening to this, if you are stuck, if you get a boss down to his first phase, you can then, once the second phase starts, you can, what's it actually called?
So it's I can't remember what it's called, but it's just you go back to your bonfire kind of thing. So it's in all kind of Souls games.
Yeah, you go back to your bonfire, you run them again, and he starts from the second phase. So knowing that, it's even more just kind of like, oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm being really hard on it because it isn't FromSoft. You know, I probably am.
I told you would before you even played it, and then you came out super high. I was like, oh, holy shit, okay. And that made me actually go and buy it that day after we'd done the podcast.
I do think it's very good. Actually, like, it is good. Quick game. At the moment, I just fell out a wee bit out of it, but I need to get back into it. But I was playing there, and I'm not even stuck. But I was just like, I'm not right now for some reason. But
I mean, you will, like, if you do play on, you will hit a wall, and you'll be like, right, okay, it's game on now.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll hit the wall and be like, or it can be fucked. To be honest with you,
yeah.
It's not, if it's FromSoft, it's kind of like I have to beat you. Whereas just because it's not FromSoft, I'm probably like, fuck it. I know it's maybe a bit elitist, isn't it? Of a few.
It is, but I predicted this. Yeah. I said at the start, Niall's going to play it. He's going to be like, oh no, it's not FromSoft, and then he's not going to do it.
I should go back to it. I will. Like, I actually do like the game. I think the game's good. I think the mechanics are great. But then it's almost like, well, if this isn't the way the game's going to even play now, in 2 weeks' time, it'll be totally different again. Maybe the parry's even longer, and the game if that parry was more a wider window, the game would be more fun. Agree or disagree? Be easier.
It'd be easier. So you can kind of go anyway with that if you want. You can say it's more fun, or you can say it's less fun because it's not as hard.
The challenge. That's what I mean. But
It's
if you're
a challenge, like it is a challenge, like to get that parry perfect, and I do get it quite a lot of the time. But the times that I don't, it fucks me over. But then that's part of the game, you know. That is the mechanic.
But a lot of people on Reddit are calling bullshit, just saying it's so
That's because they can't do it.
Well, it's not. They are beating the game, and it's their afterthoughts are saying it was just ridiculous at stages and it just comes down to the balancing thing. It's a bit of a weird one because I would have had more respect if they left it and goes, no, this is the way we want. This is how we intended it to be played. So get good rather than actually, you know what? Because it's like Sekiro came out, and when Sekiro came out, a lot of journalists were saying like, we need an easy mode, we need this, and they stuck to their guns, and they kind of obviously balance a wee things here and there, but
yeah.
So part of me is thinking, well, maybe don't do the parry, because if you didn't intend the parry window to be like that, but it seems like there was no real intention of the difficulty at the start, like what exactly was kind of finalized, and that's maybe where it's let down a wee bit, where I think FromSoft would have had that sort of.
Do you think maybe because they are a small developer and they're getting so much feedback by, this needs nerf, blah, 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 that they're just kind of feeding into the fans and kind of, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Going with
yeah, so I would rather it being just balanced. If it was balanced perfectly, I'm sure it would be a much better game. But
it's not completely imbalanced. I'm not like it's not a complete disaster. Like for the most part of the game, I've enjoyed it. I would say it's fairly balanced. But apart from them elite enemies, because them elite, I actually have more problem with elite enemies than I do with bosses.
The normal enemies though are like it's just
nothing.
It's pointless. It's actually that's what I mean.
But as you go on, there is some normal ones that will give you a bit of bother.
The ones that throw grenades and shit.
Well, they're annoying, especially if you have to kind of like traverse to get them. But there's ones that are just really, really fucking aggressive, really fast movements and stuff like that there.
Yeah.
Even when if you go to dodge or anything like that there, they will follow you. So there is tougher ones like as you go on.
Because I always recall, see, like the first time we played Bloodborne, they get to their first bonfire, whatever it's fucking called then. It took me fucking ages. Just the normal enemies were fucking me up, and I remember being like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And like that game then, like you could play it from start to finish. It was challenging, but it didn't seem bullshit, if you know what I mean.
That was like me, sure. Whenever I started Elden Ring, I was getting fucking molested by the wolves because I just didn't know what kind of game this was. And it was actually, I was talking about Elden Ring last night. It was on the chat to Steve. He's like, I might do that Elden Ring, you know, and just stick on Wiimote and stuff. And I was like, don't fucking do that.
Wiimote.
He's like, what do you mean? It looks good. It looks kind of fucking Skyrim-esque. And I said, no. I was like, do not do Wiimote. He's like, why? He's like, because he was listening to me getting hammered by that boss. He's like, that doesn't sound fun. I was like, yeah, but the whole point of a Souls game is to go in and learn and get better and, you know, actually overcome a boss rather than just go in and max your level and then just go and kick ass. I was like, if you do that there, I don't want to hear about it. And you're
it's like doing a platforming game. You know, if you think about a really hard Crash Bandicoot level,
yeah,
you do it in repetition and eventually you can complete that level. It's the same type of concept of you. But then this is pointless. I think once you kind of get your head around that and approach it that way, it's much better.
Like I enjoy. I know I went on about you fucking twisting your nipples and all that, but you do get that kind of like yes.
You're getting, of course,
you're getting hammered. Like I got hammered for an hour last night by that bitch. And then my second last attempt, I nearly got it, and she got me. I only had her like a wee bit of health, and then she ended up killing me. I was like, oh my fucking god! I went absolutely fucking mental. And then I went back, and I was like, right, I've got you this time. And then I got her because I was just learning and getting better and getting better. It took me ages to get her down to even half, half her health. And then once I did, and then I got her further and further each time. Because once you get to around about half health, it has like a wee bit of a different phase and stuff like that, and starts introducing more moves and stuff, more bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I'm honestly having a fantastic time with it.
The thing is, so much of you have a huge gap there still that you haven't. Like, obviously, Dark Souls 1, you hated originally, you ended up loving it. That would have been a great clip, by the way, if we literally have just gotten a proper. I played Dark Souls 1 in the first time, but Dark Souls 2 sitting there, you've got Bloodborne, and then you've obviously Dark Souls 3. I think I would be interested to hear I actually want to do a clip of you reviewing those games with me on the podcast after, and we can play them together. I'd actually happily replay some of them.
Yeah,
but I would love to kind of hear your thoughts on them. But overall, you're enjoying the game then?
Yeah, overall, is it the best Souls like?
Yeah,
I haven't played many of them, but I would say yes.
Well, you've got right. So this is where people probably argue. You've got the game, the Surge 1 and 2, which I thought were okay, but they're like 7 out of 10 games. You've got Wolong. You played a bit of Wolong. What was your thoughts on that?
Wolong is pretty good. It's not nowhere near. I don't think it's on the level of Lies of P. Because the combat is just a wee bit different. It's like B, or because I was playing on Xbox, B would be your parry as well as your dodge, so it didn't really feel good to do that.
Yeah.
In a way, like obviously LB or whatever is your parry on normal Souls games and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was a wee bit weird just in controls, and you couldn't change it. So if you could change it, maybe I think we'll probably have a better time on it. Some of the bosses and all were quite good, but nothing to the level of Lies of P. Like
You would maybe like, yeah, go ahead.
there's one, and it's coming out in 2 weeks that I think may challenge it, and that's Lords of the Fallen.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. So
Although I'm not, I don't know. I think it's going to be, personally, I think it might go the other way, to be honest with you. With Lords of the Fallen, but you have Neo as well, and Neo is Team Ninja, Wolong guys, very, very popular. I played 1 and 2. I'm not a fan, but they're like looters as well, so it's a bit of a mix-in, but
yeah.
you might like those games. But I think after this, definitely start on the Dark Souls 2, go into Bloodborne, and I know the 30 FPS is shit, but
It is.
just do it. You'll get over it.
Like it's not a good 30 FPS as well.
Oh, it's a 30 FPS with bad frame pacing, so it
Yeah.
looks like a fucking 20 FPS.
Yeah,
Mental.
it's not good. I'm looking forward to doing Dark Souls and stuff. Dark Souls 2 and 3. 3 particularly. 2 as well, because I'm interested, because obviously that wasn't Miyazaki, so
Who's good?
It's still like a fucking, I think is it not the highest rated out of the Dark Souls games? Actually,
Don't know.
Metacritic.
You have some great areas. You have Majula is kind of your hub place, which is unreal. But 2 is so weird. It's just a weird game. It's hard to explain, but it's a black sheep, but it is good. And you've actually never played Demon. They've never really given Demon Souls a good relic, like, but
No.
I'm not a fan. It's very slow.
Yeah.
Not a fan, but you have the PS5 version sitting there if you wanted to play that.
It's very, very nice looking though, that's the thing.
It's
Very
gorgeous.
nice looking. I think we need to restart and do a strength build, because I do enjoy strength builds now.
But if you were to ask me, is Lies of P, even from what I played, the best Souls like? I think, yeah, absolutely. I think the rest of them try and mimic it, but this is the one that's definitely came closest.
100%. Even there was comments like online, it was just like, if you told me that this was ex FromSoft devs, I'd believe it.
Yeah.
They do nail the formula for FromSoft game. They just need to tweak it a wee bit.
There you go. Anything to add?
No. Next week I'll probably have another video of I'll probably do like a wee bit of a review on it, because I should have it beat by them. So final thoughts, kind of final overview of it all.
There you go. I'll put that up on the channel next week then.